My name is Gary. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic. I have no idea what I'm going to say today. If you've watched my other two videos I posted in the last 2 days, I came to California to sign my middle son, Brandon, out of the Long Beach corner. He overdosed. It was a fentanyl thing, and that's what they believe. Toxicology reports aren't back yet, but it's the coroner said you could pretty much assume it's rampant, running rampant through Long Beach right now, guys. Please be careful, man. Long Beach is a hub for that stuff, and it happened in the vicinity of PCH and Orange. So if you're familiar with Long Beach, and in talking with the coroner, who was just a wonderful woman, but I'm going to get her name. This lady, I can't tell you much about it because I went in there and I identified my son, and my mother and my sister were with me, and I said, "Is that it?" And I walked out, and I just had a complete physical and mental breakdown. And what I'm trying to get through is just be careful. They're putting this shit in cocaine, heroin. I have a friend that he went down. He was doing I don't know if it was Xanax or I don't know, narco, some kind of narco or something, but it was laced, and he took a pill. This was about 6 months ago. He took a couple pills, and he thought he was taking one thing, and it was laced with fentanyl, and he ended up on life support. His roommate opened the door and saw he was non-responsive with throw up coming out of his mouth and in full cardiac arrest. Called the ambulance, and they got him on life support, and he actually woke up on life support. It's just like this miraculous thing that happened about 6 months ago to a real good friend of mine out here in Palm Springs. And a similar thing happened with my son in Long Beach a couple of days ago. This fentanyl thing, I don't know what's going on, man, and who's putting it here, and who's trying to kill our youth. It's like a targeted thing, man, and I'm not going to get into politics and all that stuff, because it's happening to human beings, okay? So there's other human beings killing our youth, American youth. And, you know, I hear it's Chinese, coming from China, right? Getting run by the cartel and getting put into all the toys that our kids like to play with here in the United States. Like when I was a kid, I indulged into everything. Not cool, man, if you're an American kid and you just want to do some blow or something, and you end up dead. So there's a lot of parents out there. I don't know what the stats are, but I'm going to look them up. I'm going to start getting into this thing and see what the hell's going on, because this is absolutely fucking disgusting and ridiculous. If this is some kind of chemical warfare on our youth, it needs to stop. And I heard it's something like a few 100,000 kids already, or even higher than that. So I'm gonna put a link down at the bottom, and if you've known somebody if you've lost a family member or a good friend on an overdose of fentanyl, let me know about it. Let's talk about it. Let's share our experience with each other, and as a group of people that are hurting. If you've lost your son, daughter, to this chemical game that someone's playing on the United States youth, I want to hear about it. Let's get the drums beating. Let's become a voice, a very loud voice. You know, I started making these videos to help people, right? Because I got sober through prayer, and I just wanted to I was so amazed by the power of prayer and the effect that it's had on my life, that I had to let people know how this thing worked. Like, ask God for help and you receive it. Ask for forgiveness and you receive it. And I can feel it in my heart. I was asking God for help. Help get me sober. And I couldn't figure out, why can't I get sober, right? Excuse me. Well, I ended up getting COVID I was driving from Texas to California and ended up getting COVID in El Paso, and was at a Motel 6 for 5 days. And when I came out of it, out of being sick with fever and all that stuff, I remember getting up that day and I felt pretty good. Yeah, fuck man, I feel pretty good. Holy shit, I've got 5 days of sobriety. Man, God answered my prayers. What I thought was the shittiest thing that could happen to me was COVID. And it was like the greatest gift, man. So I've been sober ever since then. That was 4 months and 3 days ago. I don't plan on taking a drink. So I didn't know what I was going to say today. And something's got to be done about this fentanyl issue. Maybe everybody can get together and start praying, and we can organize something, some kind of prayer group, or just pray by yourself. God, please help the people that we love and we've lost through this fentanyl crisis. Please give the families strength that have to walk the rest of their lives without their loved ones because of the fentanyl crisis, the fentanyl pandemic. God, please help give us the strength to continue helping others and to take this tragedy and turn it into a positive within our life and within other people's lives. And I want to touch other people with this tragedy. That way, my son's death isn't for no reason whatsoever. It's not just some game of chemical warfare, killing people. You know, I don't have all the answers. I'm not even that smart, you know. I think I know what's right and wrong. And what's happening is wrong. And our government allowing this stuff to cross the borders, not shutting down our border with such a crisis, with the wasted human life that's happening right now, and we can't secure our borders because of politics, because of how it might look to others. How about let's start taking care of our own? Why don't we take care of our own people that live here, that pay taxes, that thought their families were going to be safe? You know, my great-grandparents came here from Italy in the early 1900s. You know, my grandpa was a barber in New York. He came here and he was proud to be an American. He was proud to be in America with his family, and raised his family here in the United States with pride, and felt it to be much safer than living in Europe, and much more prosperous than living in Europe at that time. And I believe that's what we have here. I don't know what the hell is going on now. You know, the one thing I never wanted to do was get political with these videos, and I'm not. I'm not getting political. Take it however you want. I'm just talking about safety of American kids. When is somebody going to step up and do something about that? You know? When is somebody going to take notice of this and say, hey, enough is enough? Does it have to happen to some politician's kid first, before some high-ranking official, before, you know, people start taking notice? Come on, guys. You know, what the hell, man? Anyways, I'm in a lot of pain right now. I'm grieving the loss of my son. And I'm doing it sober. And I really don't know what the hell else I'm doing. You know, I'm just putting one foot in front of the other. Today was a horrendous day. It was a very difficult day. Deeply, deeply saddened today. And I felt it just extremely heavy-hearted. A lot of tears. Spoke to my son's best friend last night. I've spoken to my kids numerous times, my other two sons. Everybody's really hurting. And, you know, like I talked to his best friend and his cousin, and everybody's trying to figure everything out, spin this thing around, like why? You know, and digging into his life and what was going on. You know, he took a drug, and it was laced with fentanyl. That's what was going on. My son had been clean off of drugs. He was still drinking. And whatever, you know, I don't judge anybody for what they do. I mean, I really don't. And if I do end up catching myself judging people, I really try to back off of that, because there's been some people in this world that have cut me a lot of fucking slack, man. And I haven't been a straight A student my whole life. So I don't want to judge anybody for what they do, how they do it, what they put in their body, you know, who they, you know, fuck, you know, what kind of religion you are. You know, I don't care about any of that stuff, you know. I don't care what sex you are, what nationality, all that stuff. I mean, It really has no bearing, no difference. This thing of alcoholism, it it it, it doesn't discriminate either. Right? It'll pick the rich, the poor. It'll pick on blacks and whites, Hispanics, gay, straight, trans, you name it, man. This thing called addiction runs rampant through our society. And it's just one of those facts of life. I'm here to let you know that I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm one of those guys that suffer from this addiction, alcoholism, affliction, whatever you want to call it. I've got it. I can't not drink on my own power. I have to have God's help. I'm one of those guys. Just one of those guys. Like, my medicine is God, AA, doing AA and helping people. Okay, doing NA and helping people. God, meetings, helping people. And that's my juice. That's like what keeps me going. That's my chemotherapy. Could be a lot worse out there, you know? Could be a lot worse. You know, we could have cancer, and some of us do, you know. Could have cancer and alcoholism. I know a lot of people that do, that have. But we get through all of this stuff together. Like I said yesterday, it's a program of we. It's not an I, it's we. We get through it together. We go to meetings together. We pray together. We help other people together. And we get another day of sobriety, and we get to get up and do it again the next day. And somehow in all of that, God gives us another day of life, and we get some joy in there in the meantime, and a little bit of sorrow here and there, and excuse me, a little bit of sneezing here and there, you know. I'm here in Palm Springs, California. I've got my little bit of allergies going right now, but not used to. But beautiful day here. I get this whole. So people say, "Be happy today," or "I'm going to be happy today. It's my choice," and I believe that. Even though I'm deeply saddened, and it feels like the heart has been ripped out of my fucking chest, right? I'm mourning the loss of my son, who was my fucking twin, right? I could still find joy, gifts, and peace in this life. And that's happy. That's what being happy is. So it was a hard lesson to learn, but I'm going to walk through today happy. Not that I can't be heartbroken and sad at the same time, right? I truly believe that if you're a happy person, you could be able to walk through things like that I'm walking through right now, and the person who's unhappy will turn it into a really shit fucking event, right? I won't allow that. I won't allow it. Neither will my God, the one I pray to and get up to and pray to every day and thank at night. This will become a great event, okay? It says in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is a great event. It's a hard one, right? It's a hard event, but great things will come from this event. I'm going to share the stories about all that stuff. There's those bells ringing in the background now. Yesterday, I made a video. If you watch the video, watch when those fucking bells ring. It's a trip, man. It's a trip. It's just cool. You know, I'm not saying anything hocus pocus or anything, but it's pretty goddamn cool. So I'm able to be happy and appreciate that stuff. I'm able to smile, even though my heart is broken. And I'm able to help turn this, you know, through prayer and keeping my head right through AA and my body sober. I can help turn this event that's going on into a memories of kindness, love, unity, appreciation of my son, sorrow for the loss, all of the stuff mixed together, which makes for a great event. So, there it goes again. Until next time, you guys, I'm going to check in. I'm going to try to check in every day. You know, today was hard. I thought to myself, you know, you got to make a video, and I had no idea what I was going to say when I turned this thing on, I swear to you. I don't know what I said. I know I hit the fentanyl thing pretty hard. Hope you don't take it political. I'm trying to just make it a human being thing, okay? And, you know, I don't want to get into politics. I think you lose half your crowd when you do. So this is a human being thing, and I hope I can touch someone, just one person today. One person maybe can grab this thing and go, hey man, I like this guy, I like what he has to say, and he gives me some kind of strength, you know, or he sure is going through a hard time. I'm going to check in tomorrow, see how he's doing, right? I would appreciate that if you did. Let's do this thing together. It's a we thing. Remember, get on your knees, pray, have a vision of what you want your life to look like, have a vision of how you want your life to look sober, and then go help someone, and miracles will happen in your life. There it goes again. Until tomorrow, take care, you guys.